if you rely so much on doing only the things you like, you're not going to get along. You're not going to get so far in life because if you check it, a lot of the things that we need, like the essential skills and talent and knowledge we need to get far in life, that are very necessary for us to get far in life, are actually embedded in the things that we don't like to do. Take for instance sales. Their sales have been dubbed and tagged as one of the most essential skill in whatever thing you want to do. Whether you are a marketer, you are or not, you're a banker, you're a teacher, sales is something that cuts across every sphere of life. And it's also one of the skills that a lot of people are afraid of. They are afraid of it because of the fear of rejection. Think of it. How does it feel going from door to door and getting rejected more than 20, 30 times? It feels so demoralizing. It feels so discouraging. But then it's something that you necessarily have to do because sales does not just involve selling of products. It's also entails selling of your ideas. So think of it. Even if you are not a salesperson, in the technical sense, in the natural sense, you're also a salesperson in the sense that you need to negotiate your deals, you need to bargain, you need to communicate, you need to sell your ideas. And when you don't have this skill, you are going to feel whether it is product, whether it's idea, whether it's the deal that you are negotiating or bargaining about. So this is why sales is very necessary. And so maybe in the course of taking a course about sales, you get bored or you don't feel energized or you don't feel alive and you feel that you don't have passion for it and you need to abandon it. You see that you are doing yourself because you're hurting yourself because at the end of the day, you must have the skill to go far in life. And so that is why I want us to change our perspective about a lot of things in life. We do not have to have passion for something before we start doing it. Insofar as that thing is actually very essential for our growth and our long-term success, we do not need passion. We just need to convince ourselves that life is like a gym. Somebody who is trying to build his body shape, who is trying to develop a good body shape, to build muscles and to get more good good looking, that person does not necessarily need passion to do that because think for it, waking up in the morning and going to the gym house will feel like a hassle. It will feel so frustrating and disorienting. But then you have to talk yourself into doing that if you really want to change your body shape. So the view and the perspective with which we have to look at life is the long term perspective and not only from the short term perspective. Think of it 20, 30 years from now. Where do I want to be? How do I want to look? What financial position do I have to find myself? And if you are true to yourself, you also know that you want the best for yourself. And so because you want the best for yourself, you must take the hard decisions, the decisions that are not favorable or appealing in the short term, but are very good and amazing for you in the long term. So that is what it means to look at life through the long term perspective and to not just depend on your likes, your hobbies, or your pleasure. The things that are pleasurable at the temporal side in order to do things. So you must look at life through the lens of the, what you want 20, 30, 5 years from now. You must look at life based on the skills that are very, very essential for us. Whether it is boring to learn, you just have to learn it because you cannot do without it. It is necessary and it is essential for us for where we want to go. That is the message for today. Thank you.